Nah, yeah, it is. It is. You allow these group of people to say we're more elite and better than you, so we know what's best for you. Like, you fucking like, you tell me what's best for me.
Microphone's working, so.
Yes.
Well, it's working for YouTube.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Figuring out podcast. We back once again.
All of our listeners went to YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah. Like with the same number that we had last week.
Oh yeah, that's dope, man.
It went to YouTube and it went a little less to the podcast. So I was like, all right.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. I think people would rather see.
Nah, yeah. People are a lot more visual, you know?
Yeah.
Especially like, you remember like when we was young in school, they always show like videos, and I always find myself learning more from watching like little, I guess what you call
clips.
Diagrams, little clips, or they have a documentary of a book. After, you know, normally what they do, we read the book, then watch the movie, and we would see like the differences and the similarities.
I think I wasn't. I think I was smart, but I wasn't like I could stay there in class and watch one person smart, or I probably didn't have the discipline yet.
The discipline to like sit and watch it.
I think in a way you should teach somebody how, or have a, or just like how you train dogs. To train dogs, you gotta walk them outside.
Yeah.
I think if maybe they worked me out, no. if they worked me out, I've been able to listen a lot better and probably take orders well.
Oh, you wasn't at first. You wasn't good with Joe. Have a seat. You probably like no.
I had a whole bunch of problems. I couldn't see shit. I wasn't understanding. I'd rather go my own way. So probably still.
I was always like catching shit late.
Yeah.
Yeah. Slow learning for me, man.
You was in the special ed class?
From like 4th to 6th grade. It's funny because I was just a slow learner. That's all it was for me, because I was in these classrooms when they had like, I had one classroom that was close to like 40 students one time when I was like in the 3rd and 4th grade. I said, that's what
special ed people?
No, this is before they put me in there. And I had a classroom like, damn, 36 students, and it's like, ain't no one gonna learn, you know? It's not like I had a learning disability. You put one teacher with 36 students, someone is gonna get left out, you know?
Yeah.
It's gonna probably be only 10 that's above standards. There's gonna probably be 7 students that's meeting standards. You're gonna have another, 10 that's playing catch up, and the rest is just falling behind, you know?
Literally because all the bad kids would be in the back not paying attention.
She probably got to stop and tell everyone to calm down.
Yeah.
And you know, you probably have students like me that's just not catching it as quickly as everyone else.
That's just crazy because, like, from talking to crowds, you wouldn't think how hard it would be. Like, why these teachers, you gotta have like a presence in a way.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like, Trey, shut the fuck up. You're not in this podcast. but like you gotta have. It's almost like, you know how you have that one teacher that's horrible with students and
can't relate at all.
A whole class is running around and he's frantic.
Has no control, no presence. Yeah.
And then you have this one teacher who's all laid back in the desk, and then everybody just follows online in respect.
Yeah. It's always like that. Yeah, when you have the teaching job, having a presence is very important. You know, having that personality that commands respect, not necessarily be mean or stern. Sometimes the stern works, but you could tell, just like what you say, there's always that one teacher that everyone will rather listen to than the next person, you know?
Yeah.
It's always like that.
I think it's just like how you lived your life. Like, the people who had like the most control of their life end up like taking control of the class. So if you see a teacher that's frantic or get upset about every little thing, then that's the teacher who has the most issues.
Yeah. Sometimes I always felt like I could tell, like, especially from a male teacher, if he's the head of his household, if his wife is. You can normally tell, like, off of the personalities. Like, I had a few teachers. I bet you that your wife is running everything. She's telling you what to do. You could tell, man.
We had a teacher. It was in high school, that was dating another teacher, and then she ended up cheating on him with one of the security guards.
Oh shit, that sucks, man.
Yeah, and I was like, and then everybody would bring it up
Oh,
like during his shit.
that's the fucked up thing, because it's the cheating is horrible, but you do it so close to proximity. Now I gotta come to work. I gotta see you. I gotta see him. Everyone knows about it.
It's crazy. I would have loved that shit.
Yeah. I would have probably changed my school because I would probably end up having to put hands on someone or whatever. That sucks, man. See, I'm not saying cheating is great, but it's levels, man. Certain things are certain things on the scale is like far worse than others, you know. You cheating so close to a person, I'm gonna have to probably deal with it. See, that's horrible. Versus you probably cheating with some guy at the bar that I might not ever bump into.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's good, but you could probably forgive or get over something like that. But I gotta see the security guard every day, smiling in my face, probably making a side comment.
It was like,
that's horrible.
The teacher was cool. I think he was cool. I think when it first happened, he was like a bit of a dick, of course.
Of course, yeah.
But
naturally.
He was cool, but everybody had that over him where the kids would say it.
That's what makes it bad, bro. You could get over, but
and then when they come in the same room and everybody look at him like,
oh.
Yeah. He's like, "Are you guys getting back together?" And I was like, "Damn, that's."
Oh man, you said that was high school?
That was high school.
God damn. Yeah. I know they was vicious, man. I know we was vicious in high school. 15, 16,
Yeah.
17.
I remember in a way I didn't have like feelings in the way. Like I could be at the time I was like really cruel.
Yeah. You went through.
I was like cut.
So many phases.
I know.
But like, which Joe we got? Emo Joe or regular Joe?
Emo, regular.
I don't even know what I met you as.
Angry.
I think you was probably the gym head at that time when I met you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you was on your gym shit. You went through. I don't know. You had so many alter egos, man. You had the quiet loner Joe.
I still attached to Quiet Loner Joe.
Yeah.
I be taking grasp of that a lot. I think it's just that once I like have a change in a way, I heavily do that thing until it just probably becomes a part of me. I'll just drop it.
Yeah, well, where do you draw those personalities from? It just happened naturally, or you just made it say like, "Hey, I'm gonna be more like this," or
I think it's probably my environment, people around me.
At that time, okay.
Yeah, things were probably happening that scarred me. But that was probably like the emo part. I don't know.
Okay, all right.
But I think it's like, I don't know. Did you have any like sort of a control when you was younger?
What you elaborate on that?
Like, of course, when you're younger, you're like growing up and you becoming a different type of person.
Oh, like a little.
Yeah,
you could say the little typical gangster type shit or whatever. I tried that; it wasn't for me, you know.
I tried that too, but
that's more like an environment kind of thing, you know. Everyone around you is on this type of time.
One thing
I was raised a certain way, but me.
One thing I learned about the gangster shit is that not everybody is like down for it like you are.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like,
I learned it wasn't for me.
It's like, you guys are supposed to be more gangster than me. Why y'all running?
Exactly.
I seen guns and I charged at people while they had guns and yeah, it's like I was.
Yeah, I'm taking this more serious than y'all.
Yeah, I'm like, why y'all running for?
I'm letting y'all fall to look like I got more heart than y'all, bro.
And once I learned that, we got into like a big fight in Tremont where it was Halloween and we were throwing and like a whole bunch of bloods were throwing eggs at like Spanish people and the Spanish people had onions.
Oh, shit.
And they was throwing. Well, we was all throwing at each other, and they had what was it, paintball guns.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
They were ODing, and we went a little too closer, we went a little too close for some reason. We charged in, and then I charged back out, and then I see my god brother. He gets caught, like they're holding him,
Oh, okay.
and it looked like they're hitting him. I don't know if they are, but
they hold him. They got him surrounded.
they got him. So I take it seriously, and I go in and I just start punching people, and then he breaks free, and I think he leaves, and he thinks that I'm with him, but no, I'm fighting
Yeah.
a couple of people.
Now all the guys you was with, they still running somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Your god brother think, he got free too, and he's running, and you the only one fighting.
I should brought him into this podcast, but once two people called out, I was like, I give up. It's just me and Tim.
Yeah. It is what it is. We always reschedule. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah. I was like,
Well, I'm thinking you said Bloods on Tremont. What block? I always thought like Tremont was like full of Crips. Like around this area, I know it was like Crips.
I think it was before they came. Because
this wasn't always Crips over here? Or?
No, this wasn't nothing.
Yeah.
Crips were like 2 blocks over.
Well, what's that, Hughes?
Hughes. And then a couple of our friends, Sprinkles, they had like tough situations and they needed like a type of family that they could relate to for some reason.
Yeah.
And they became Crip and they brought it over here. And then it just started spreading.
Yeah, I can remember like Tremont being Crips. Maybe if you said Bloods, I'm thinking maybe a Murphy. They were Bloods up there?
Yeah, they're Bloods.
Oh, okay. Now that's how y'all meet.
Like it's weird, like how many gang members I met that they were actually cool. They had like they liked the anime. They were friendly, but they just had this thing where it's like a target is on them.
Yeah.
And then you're hanging out with them, and they could fight for whatever reason.
Yeah. It's a certain like loyalty and pledge you have. But like my problem with like a lot of these street gangs, ain't no real organization. It's nothing organized.
Nah.
It's no organized at all, man.
It's just people chilling until something. Yeah. I can't relate to people.
It needs to be like a chain of commands when you're doing groups, whether it's a gang or whatever you want to call it. It needs to be a chain of commands, you know. It gotta be, this is the leader. If something happens, this is the next guy in line. It needs to be something, because a lot of times when these gangs really went wrong at, when the leaders got taken out in the 80s or the 90s or whatever, now you got all these other guys fighting for control. So now you got Crips fighting with Crips, Bloods fighting with Bloods, and it was like, damn, a chain of command should have been set up to like, if something happened, this guy dies and he goes to jail, I'm gonna take over and I'm gonna contact these groups of Crips over here or whatever, and there's a lot of like set tripping now. Crips fighting Crips, Bloods fighting Bloods.
Did you feel like this is like a weird question. I said, did you feel like there were parts of the Bronx you couldn't walk through because of the neighborhood you lived in?
Oh hell yeah, that was a lot when I was younger. Now it seems like it don't really matter. People walk anywhere, but I can remember,
yeah.
I was scared to tell people where I was from at times, back in the days, whether you was evolving or not, people would get you just because you was from that avenue.
Yeah.
I used to tell them, I'm not with a gang. They don't care you from there. They gonna beat you up. And that's what
someone is from the gang, and someone cares about you is from that gang.
Exactly. And you had nothing just because that's what I want people to understand. That's what push a lot of people to a gang. It's not necessarily because
protection.
I need it. Yeah, it's protection, but it's not necessarily I want to be cool, I want to be down. It was like even in middle school, people knew I was from there. Everyone was calling me, I'm not blood. I'm just over here. And to the point, I get into a few fights, but guess what? Now I'm getting jumped or I'm getting into fight. I'm in a situation I need backup. Who I'm gonna go to? The same guys I was in the first, second grade with that ended up being Bloods. Them guys helped me fight so much. They like, dude, you ain't even in the game. You might as well join. We fighting with you all the time.
Yeah.
And you be like, yeah, it makes sense. And that's how a lot of people get into gangs too. It's not necessarily, I want to be cool, I want to follow. It's like, well, the neighborhood you from sometimes determine the kind of gang you are, All the time, you from Prospects or you from? No, I just live over here. I have nothing to do with the street politics, but people associate you with it, and that's a lot of times people just say, you know what, let me just join this game. Everyone think I'm there with them anyway.
I said on stage, like, people don't understand that from our like perspective, we're in like a bubble. This was basically like a whole and type of way of its own country. We didn't know about Manhattan that well, and that shit was bigger than life. But when
you started going,
yeah, but like in order to get to the train, you had to. Well, for me, I had to go straight. Bloods was right there, so I had to go around all of them, and then find a way to like the main market. Not like the main street where there's a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
Avoid certain people because they knew they somehow saw me on the block. Notice I barely been on the block.
Yeah. Oh, I seen him walking over there, so he's what like
Yeah.
It was really like that, man.
And or you just like walking past, and then people are just looking at you, grilling at you, and you just feel the heat.
Yeah. So you're ready in your mind, putting like, all right, 1, 2, I could probably fight. And you see 3, 4, 5, you say, nah, I gotta run. Now you're trying to make sure you're aware just in case, so you can make sure you, if it's time for you to break, you run at the right time.
Yeah, but it just sucks that we had to go through that, like living somewhere else, and then coming back here periodically to do a podcast or any type of work. It's just like
I'm going through a labyrinth, man. You in a maze.
No, not now.
Yeah, not now. Yeah. It's a lot more. It's better now.
It's better now.
I feel like I could walk anywhere now, but when I was younger, I was like, oh man, I need to avoid these guys or form an association with this. I was even too, like wearing certain color shirts and shit. I was mindful while I was walking out wearing certain colors and certain hats with letters and all of that, you know?
I remember I was like dirt poor, and then all I had was these red Converses. And I wore them, and everybody was like looking at me. I was like,
I know that I already know.
I was like, yo, I don't give a fuck. I'm wearing them. They're my only shits. So if you want to fight. I remember people was asking me like, you don't care about wearing? I was like, yo, I don't give a fuck.
He's the only fuck you. He's the only footboy I got right now. I went through my Converse phase at college when I was fucking broke. I said $40 sold.
Mm-hmm.
I was wearing Converses too, man.
I wore Converses until they fucked up my feet.
Oh yeah. That's what I didn't know, man. I said, damn, when you out like for 4 hours, I'm like, my feet starting to hurt more than normal because there's no support at all.
I wore Converses to work, wood floors, done. Like, I don't know, it was like a month, and then my feet it felt like I was walking on my ankles. So bad.
Yeah, I did it a few times. I was with my homegirl. We both had Converse, and after our shift, we looked at each other and said, never again.
Mm-hmm.
Never again.
Don't wear these shits.
I said, nah, these ain't for you when you being out all day or whatever.
There's a reason why these shits are $40.
Yeah, no support. I was like, how did Larry Bird and Magic Johnson play basketball in those, man?
Oh, dude.
Even before, like the
They're different type of humans.
Like, even the Chuck Taylor, I'm like, I was wearing those playing ball, man. Like, there's no damn support at all.
There's people who fucking, like, it amazed me, like, what type of pain people put themselves, like David Goggins. You heard of him?
No, fill me in.
Damn. David Goggins, I got his book. It says, Nothing Could Hurt Me, I think. And he's a marathon runner. He's a Navy SEAL. He was 300 pounds. And then somehow he lost all the weight from running and tricking his mind into accomplishing what he wants to. It's very fascinating. But he talks about one time he was running, and then his, like, I guess, blisters on his feet started bursting, and it's like whole shoes filled with blood. Still running. I was like, yo.
Man, that's some dedication, man.
Yeah. It helped me out with my feet a bit because, like pushing through a amount of pain, noticing you have these injuries and the way it heals it. Noticing how crazy that sounds. Like Muay Thai people, they kick so much that eventually their bone, I think, blends in with the skin, and then it's just bone.
Man, it's funny. I remember I was watching like the Ultimate Fighter, and they brought like could have been a Muay Thai or some kickboxing.
Did he kick it back?
Yeah, he was. I think they were saying the same thing.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's the kind of training. I seen it too. I watched like little videos on YouTube, and they like pretty much how they destroy and tear their body. I was like, damn, them guys, those are superhumans.
They go
right
to the
there.
max and they train every day,
Yeah, those are superhumans. Right
and they
there.
kick bamboo sticks.
Yeah, those are
Bamboo
Muay Thai
sticks,
guys.
trees.
Yeah, Muay Thai guys. Oh man.
Yeah.
I wanted to always get more on that, but you could never like find that shit on TV or nothing. You always gotta find it after on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just kickboxing, that stuff ain't big over here in the West, you know?
Still? You think?
Yeah, I still think it's getting better, but it's not.
It's just that they overpriced.
I think, I always heard they don't make. That's why like a lot of them go to MMA because the MMA money is better.
Yeah.
Especially over here. I think they're good in like in Europe and Asia. Like the K1, they was good in the Netherlands and all of that over there in Russia. But I don't know when they come out to the West over here, North or South America, it's like they don't give a damn about that form of boxing.
I think any type of besides boxing is like the cheapest martial art thing that I found.
Oh, like the training?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
MMA,
hundreds a month, man.
Yeah, and it's like it's not even like I want a career. I just want to be in shape, learn how to defend myself.
Recreational use, right?
Yeah.
Like, why I gotta pay like $300 a month just to learn how to wrestle or something?
And I just don't understand. I was like, what kind of rape?
Yeah.
That's just bad.
Yeah. I know exactly what you said, man.
It's like you see in like Never Back Down or these fake mixed martial art movies, and they're just like, I want to pay. He pays $40 a month. I can't afford $40. You can't afford $40 a month. I can't afford $300 a month.
Yeah, I be seeing them price. I'm like $350. I'm like, oh. And they give you a nice package, but it's like we don't got that kind of money just lying around for $400 every month, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe every 2 months, every other month, but like every month.
I remember when I was like looking for MMA gym to train.
Yeah.
And I was like taking all these free classes, like trying them out. And then I would like bounce around. And then I found one that I ended up liking that was in Fordham. Matt Yushchenko, maybe. And I was like, I don't have I think it was like $250 a month. And it's like, I should have probably taken the offer. It was like, then you could just stay here and clean and cook and stuff. And then we teach you. Yeah, I should have did that.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting. So he offer you a deal to like pretty much live there in a way, right?
I don't know. It was like live there. I think it was
just work there from time to time.
Work there and then train.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. He gave you like a little deal. You can't pay it. They just do some little, pretty much kind of like chores.
But I also knew how it felt to not have money.
Yeah.
And it was like getting pretty rough.
Oh, yeah.
I remember I was looking for jobs when I was like 14, 15.
Well, yeah.
I was hungry.
I was like, wait, listen, I remember me and Dave Long going downtown 16 trying to get jobs, but a lot of jobs don't really want to hire you 16 because they got so much restrictions. They only can give you like 20 or 25 hours. You know?
Fuck that, would take 25 hours.
Yeah. A lot of jobs didn't want that. You know, now jobs, they want you at their mercy. They want to control what you can do. I know what you're saying. Going down looking for jobs 16.
This is what I want to bring up to you. The rat race, right?
Yeah.
Of one thing that I do now is I guess I hold myself as a company. Like I consider myself as a company.
Independent contract.
So it's like when a job asks me, "Can you do this?" I'm like, "No, I'm sorry, I have another job." That job is mind your fucking business.
Mm-hmm. I tell them that even if I don't, I always start every job like, you're not gonna be sitting there bending and twisting me. Remember we was talking about this, like they schedule in the morning, they schedule in the evening. I'm like,
and then when you have a day off, you gotta come the next day in the morning.
I don't really feel like a day off, because you just did a closing shift. And they say, all right, you close at 11. But then you gotta be up and back at 11 a.m. in the morning or 10. Like,
it's crazy how much they fuck up with your sleep schedule and expect you to be a normal human being.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like big corporations. That's what I don't like. Yeah. I like small things where like it's probably like 10 people. I'm in a big corporation now, but they treat you as a human. So I'll ease about some stuff.
That's what gets you about being in America.
Hmm.
Capitalist society. It's all about the dollar, man. They cater to America caters to corporations. Like with this whole Wuhan Corona shit,
Yeah,
what was it? Was it $3 trillion? All to corporations. None of those smaller companies didn't get that, you know.
they didn't give
gave
the
it
money to the
Shake
backbone.
Shack. They gave it to the.
Shake Shack didn't even take it, I think.
But they ain't take it. All right.
Yeah, I think they gave it back.
I think a lot of them. I think what happened
Hmm.
when them people got exposed on social media, then they started, we giving the money back because the Los Angeles Lakers took it. And we all like, hold on, you guys are big. You guys are worth like $5 billion. What kind of loan? Why are you taking trillions of dollars? That could have went to Joe's hardware store.
That would have been like, we're the distraction of America.
Yeah. They gave it back, but I feel like they gave it back because they started getting exposed on Twitter and everything.
I think anything now that get any type of like exposure ends up like getting canceled, shut down.
Yeah. So they made a business decision. Let's give it back because we already getting negative backlash with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah.
$5 billion. While we taking a government loan, which could have went to Tim's restaurant or something. A lot of them small mom and pop stores didn't get that money.
I would have been smart if I would have received that money and then I saw the backlash. Instead, I would like gave it down to the people who need it, or like the restaurants.
That would have been a nice move, but
like if the government is not gonna do its job, I'm gonna do my part as a team and then spread it.
LA, let's give out to the small businesses in LA.
Especially like when like Kobe Bryant died and like everybody was looking at like their savior, and everybody cherished this person. Like bring it down. You're the Lakers. Like bring it down to the people who care about you so much. Because I think with the Lakers, I think LA people see the Lakers like as a serious thing.
That's their squad right there. That's their city.
Like nobody in New York really see the Knicks as diehard fans, and they really willing to kill you over things.
Not in the same fashion, but the thing that kills me when you see the Forbes list, the Knicks is the number 1 NBA team, and
money.
We've been horrible.
Yeah,
they pull up the numbers like even when the Knicks aren't good, they still pretty much nearly sign out the 20,000 Madison Square Garden. Where you got teams that's good, they don't sell out tickets like that. It's crazy.
I mean,
I think because New York, this is a basketball city. It's a basketball culture, man.
It's just a shame because we suck though.
Yeah. And New York the Knicks was still pulling more money than like all these other organizations. It's crazy when you think about it.
I don't know about those type of sports that much, but you would assume that since from being from New York, you have a better team than Oklahoma.
Yeah.
or wherever. You assume it'd just be like LA and New York on the top, and then
that's what it used to be, like the major markets, Boston, LA. They had all the money to get all of the players, but they created like what they did in the league, the commissioners, they created these salary caps. They don't care how much money you can make. Everyone get the same. You only can spend $115 million on your team.
Okay.
That's what they do. And on top of that, the teams that's really making profit, they take a little from you and distribute it to like the smallest NBA team market-wise is the Pelicans.
Who is the Pelicans? What?
New Orleans Pelicans. Used to be the Hornets.
Okay.
They gave the Hornets back to Charlotte. Because a lot of the times with these owners, if you know the history of the teams, I think the only teams that stood in the actual cities since the league was formed was New York, Chicago, and Boston. It might be another 2 teams, but all other teams hopped around from state to state, city to city, and they end up keeping the names. Like the reason like Los Angeles Lakers is called the Lakers, there ain't no fucking lakes in LA. It used to be the Minneapolis Lakers, the city of 10,000 lakes, or whatever they call them. Yeah. They moved from Minneapolis to Los Angeles, and they kept the Lakers name.
Who's the other team? Clippers, right?
The Clippers used to be Buffalo, New York. It used to be the Buffalo Braves, and they moved it to the Los Angeles.
And Brooklyn has New Jersey Nets now.
Yeah, the thing is with the Nets, I don't know originally where they started at, but they always been back and forth between New York and New Jersey.
Mm.
They probably had like 4 stints when it was the New York Nets. They went the New Jersey Nets, New York Nets again. It kept going back
And they were just
forth.
like, let's just put it down in the middle.
Yeah. It was always back and forth. Yeah, with the New Jersey, with the Nets. It always been between New York and New Jersey, but it's all New York to me. Like the Giants and Jets play in Jersey.
Yeah.
They play in Jersey.
So you see Jersey as New York?
Pretty much, man. They notice when they say the metropolitan area, New York, they mean Jersey and Connecticut.
Yeah.
I know you heard the term before, the New York metropolitan area. That's all they mean is New Jersey and Connecticut. The tri-state.
The in between.
It's all the same. The tri-state, you know.
I saw some New York shit. I seen a woman peeing in the street today, or not even in the street, right by my store. That was a show. I think I would like to have like a segment of like a New York moment. Do you be seeing like things are just like a little bit too much? Where do you work at? You work at Amazon, but
Yeah,
where?
pretty much. And I see a whole bunch of weirdos, especially overnight, man. Like you see the homelessness running around. And
where at that?
This is by pretty much Bryant Park, 42nd.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Chrysler Building, Times Square. I'm over there in that area. Homeless guys is running around, man. I heard the story about a guy that was just walking around naked and started dancing in the Bryant Park. Like he was performing. I guess he was Usher or something.
Yeah. Was there a video of it?
Nah, they told me when I came in, they said, yo, Tim, you missed it. The naked dude just started stripping and he started dancing.
I already know you. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, you know me. That's exactly what I probably told him. I don't want to see that. They said, yo, Tim, we ran in the store and rocked it because he seen me and he like coming towards me. And he like, she said he ran after her. So yeah, I see a whole bunch. Like I remember like another homeless guy like took a crap in front of the store.
Yeah.
I guess he ate Amazon. There's a whole bunch of craziness we see.
I was just hoping like well, one thing that I started seeing was like people, I don't know why, like of course restaurants want business, right?
Yeah.
And they're bringing out tables and chairs and shit.
Oh yeah, to sit outside.
To sit outside and eat. And then like not even a foot away, there's a homeless dude. And I remember when everything was closed down, and all I was thinking were like passing by them and they were like sitting down and eating. I was like, it smells like piss and shit. Why are you sitting here?
Ain't that serious?
You're under a train. Why?
Maybe because I don't know. Maybe because how we grew up or the environment we was around. I'm like, why y'all sitting down and eating? Ain't that serious? Like,
yeah.
If anything, I grab my food and go. I'm not sitting out.
Yeah, I'm not. I was never like
and you got a scene like that in front of you?
I was never like a real sit in a restaurant type of person and eat because I don't like people. But like sit like I was in Riverdale and we saw like a tent and they got a tent, but you're under a train, and under the train there's pigeons, and pigeons is like shitting on the tent.
They do their thing, yeah.
They do their thing, and you buy a bus, you smelling all this shit. I'm like, that's not what you want to smell while you're eating and chilling.
Yeah.
When I walk with my girl, when the train passes, me and her be quiet because we don't fight the train. We don't fight the train noise.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah. I guess that's like some New York shit, man. In the trains, you see the homeless guy. One guy was talking shit to me, and I had to leave the car. I was acting like I ain't here, man. Because I kept looking. He's like, why are you looking at me for? I think there's something wrong with me. But no one knew he was talking to me. But I knew he was talking to me because I was looking at the guy. It was just one of those. I walked in, he's looking at me, and I'm like, I'm looking, he's looking, I'm looking. I sit down, I turn, he's still looking at me. And I'm like, all right. A minute go by, he's still looking at me. Then he's still, why are you looking at me? Yeah, I know everyone was looking like, who the hell he talking to? And I was like, yeah, he talking to me, but no one knew, man.
People don't understand just from a look that you could fight somebody.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's just how much like people there is that
it's frustrating.
It's frustrating, and you're not friendly with each other.
Yeah, it's like look, okay, everyone looks, but why are you staring?
Yeah.
You know me? What's going on?
There's like so many people that like look me in the eye and I already see that they're trying to cause a issue.
I don't understand that, man.
And I'm just like, but when people do that to me, like one thing that I try to understand is like my life is better than theirs. they probably maybe my life is not better than theirs, but I'm not going around looking people in the eyes trying to start trouble because I know the consequences and I have things to lose. Maybe that person don't have anything to lose, or maybe that person's not appreciative what they have, that they don't want to like put themselves in danger.
Right.
Or maybe they haven't been like a predicament of like getting fucked up or getting smashed in the floor, and some people then they need to be in that predicament to learn, because every time when someone before they fight, or maybe you just hang around, they talking that big talk about how they could fuck up anybody and they have a blind rage and everything is turned red. And I'm just like, I don't think you want blind rage. I think you want to think when you're fighting. He's like, nah, when I get mad.
I heard a story about one guy around my way got so mad he wanted to fight, talking shit over FaceTiming or Instagram or whatever, talking crap, making videos.
Yeah.
He's literally like, you see him on the live running to the block, and I'm like, I'm actually like, he coming here to fight?
Mm-hmm.
They like, I don't know, but I'm like, if he is, why would he run? He's gonna be exhausted when he gets in.
Not saving his energy.
He came in and got his ass whooped. I said he probably lost that fight because he was tired. He running all the way from Tremont all the way to where I don't know why he's running.
You could have took the bus. You could have took the 17.
I didn't think he was gonna fight. I said, nah, he ain't gonna waste all his energy running over here, talking crap on the Instagram and come to fight. He did. I said, yeah, you probably lost that fight. You're like, why would you run, man? At that point, you about to fight. You should just be trying to reserve your energy, get your focus, get your mind right, stop yapping your gums. And I seen people yap, and get hit. And
yeah.
Then they want, oh, you sucker punch, man. I'm like, I ain't really a sucker punch. You made it clear you wanted to fight.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a sucker punch.
You just came in here with intentions.
Sucker punch is maybe you come out of storm, someone attacking you, or or you and a person just having a debate, but it wasn't on a fighting type of level,
Everybody has
talking, I'm gonna fuck you up and I'm gonna do this, and the guy hit you, and I ain't a sucker punch.
Yeah.
You made it clear you wanted to fight.
Why ain't let me get the first hit?
Exactly.
That's what they want to hear.
Instead of yapping, maybe you should have hit him first. You the one that said you wanted to fight,
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like to put that into perspective, because a lot of people they call everything a sucker punch, and I'm like, no.
No.
If two people are yelling, fuck you, fuck this, or fuck that, and one of them swinging, I ain't a sucker punch. They made it clear they wanted to attack each other. Now, if I'm talking to you calmly saying I don't want to fight and you hit me, yeah, all right, that's a sucker punch. And I told you I ain't want that kind of problem,
I think even if you say you don't want to fight and then you put his hands up and he's still engaging, you need to defend yourself.
Yeah, oh, yeah, definitely. You're right.
Yeah.
You need to defend yourself.
You definitely need to throw the first punch. But the thing is, the law is not with that. If you throw the first punch, you get.
The law don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care, man.
They don't care about you protecting yourself and who's engaging.
Especially in a city like New York, self-defense is pretty much illegal.
Yeah.
Self-defense is pretty much illegal. I remember I get frustrated reading news articles about people defending themselves and they still being charged, even though we're gonna lessen the charge to community service or 2 months in jail. I'm like, y'all made it clear he was defending himself. He shouldn't be doing anything.
Yeah.
If a guy trying to rob you and you end up beating his ass or beating him to death, or
they still do that?
Huh?
You still get in trouble with somebody trying to rob you?
They would still try to find some way. Maybe except if you're a business owner.
Yeah.
But if you just a regular Joe, they still try to pin something on you. Now I heard cases where they try to drop the charges or whatever. I think we talked about this with the there was a cab driver or whatever, a guy, and his wife. He heard his wife and his sister calling on the phone because the guy was raping them or whatever, beating them, and at their own house. And the husband came over, and I think he ended up killing the guy or almost killing him. Or I think he killed him.
Yeah.
he was protecting his wife, and police officers, they didn't even want to arrest the man. They say his wife called them over the phone saying she's being raped and beaten. You know, they arrested him, but they said they didn't really do it. I think his charges.
They probably just walked him in.
Yeah, I think his charges got dropped because they was all like, "Yo, we really did the same thing. Your woman is calling you in need. There's a guy there. You hear the yelling and the commotion and the banging or whatever, the tussling. Hell yeah, your woman called you. You're gonna go over there. You're not gonna come in there to talk.
Yeah, that's a
talking is off limits for that. You know, my woman calling, I'm doing damage.
That's you having like to decide that you're gonna put everything possible to take this person out. Yeah. Imagine somebody raping like your family members and you come in and get knocked out. And you're just next.
Oh shit, that is horrible. That is horrible, man. Don't ever tell that story if that happened to you.
It's like
you coming in to be here or you get knocked.
What happened to your sister? And they're like, she's not with us now. Oh, what happened? Car crash. We didn't see it coming.
This might be a funny story. A video years back I seen on World Star. You probably could have been in high school just getting out. Where it was this girl arguing with some guys in high school. I guess the guys was bullying her or bothering her. And her father came to her aid, and her father got knocked out of the fight. And I was like, oh my gosh, damn, that's embarrassing. You come to help your little girl out, you get beat up and knocked out in front of her.
Right, a bunch of little kids.
Like, Daddy, whatever, his father get knocked out.
I didn't hear that before.
That was like horrible, man. Nah, because that story you just gave me, it took me back to that video.
Yeah.
I said, damn, bro, you coming to your daughter, you gotta win that fight, man.
Try and do you
gotta win. I don't care if you gotta like crack from Friday and pick up a brick. You gotta win. You coming to help your daughter, your baby girl. You can't like get pounded out in front of your baby girl.
I remember I like to explain it to my nephew. He's like, "Why you work out so much? Why you keep on like training, learn how to fight when you're not gonna be a fighter?" I was like, "If anything happens to you or your sister, or your mother or my mother, I'm going to kill somebody."
Yeah.
And I'm going to throw everything that I learned up to this point, and I'm going to try to take this person out.
Make sure you're well equipped.
Yeah. And it's like, it just then I like compute to his head, like, why? Like, I was trying to figure out why is this happening? I was like, no, sometimes you just have to defend your family or just understand that you're going to be the sacrifice, and that's your duty as a man. I was like,
Yeah. You're the next man up. You got to do that.
Yeah,
definitely. Still that into him too. Yeah.
I tried, but he's too much of a pussy.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
He might break out of it. He's still young, right?
He's good like wrestling and stuff. He's like he has a good feet on him.
Yeah, he could break out of that, man.
Yeah.
I remember dudes I grew up with that were like punk, scared to fight, scared of everything, always whining, and now they like, I don't like say tough guys, but they holding on now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They grown men.
Yeah, you learned
that. They
were
suckers when they were 13, 14, but now at 26, I'm like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. I remember this guy was always running and crying and letting people take his money. Now he's a pretty, stand-up guy.
I think eventually you like have a rock bottom and you got to like decide that you're gonna stand up to this person.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Rogan has he tells a story about old man who couldn't go down, I think, a hill or a street. And he was like 60, 70 years old. And he's like, I can't go down there. And the other person was like, why not? And he's like, because the kid is still there. And he got bullied as a kid, but the fear still stayed with him.
Oh, he got traumatized.
He got traumatized.
Yeah, it was really bad if you want that.
Yeah. Like, I learned a lot through books about like identifying stuff. Like when you have a fear and stuff, and like writing on a piece of paper of what you scared of, and just like in a way overcoming it.
You gotta acknowledge first that you're scared and it's a problem, you know.
Yeah, a lot of people don't want to acknowledge it, but
they try to rationalize it or put it on something else.
So there's some people out there that is like, in a way, in their own delusion that everything is perfect, but they're not where they want to be, their family don't like them, or if it's like a whole bunch of people against it, maybe it is you, and maybe you should learn how to fix those things. But some people have that delusion that everything is like perfect in their eyes.
They're living in a fantasy land, man.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's one thing I learned, because I think I had that type of self-image, and I was like, nah, I suck.
Yeah, yeah. You get back to it, you know.
I don't know.
But that's good. That's like part of the growing pains, growth and development, you know. I guess in society, man. But like, I lost my train of thought. I was trying to elaborate more on what you were saying.
Oh, sucking and trying to overcome it.
Yeah. You gotta identify as a problem. You gotta want it, man.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna never change until you acknowledge, hey, I want this to change. This is a problem. Man, but that guy was traumatized. You said he was scared to go down the hill. I'm like, huh?
Scared to go down the
He
hill.
was really like giving it to him. That shit really affected him.
That's what bringing back to like the imaginary lines of trying to go to Manhattan. We had to go around blocks because of this imaginary thing that I remember like passing by, and then and then be like, huh, nothing happened.
Yeah.
And then
Ain't no one outside, okay?
a couple other times, huh, nothing happened. Then at the end of the week, and everybody's outside.
Yeah,
Something happened.
Yeah.
Like I knew I shouldn't have fucking, but I'm glad it's not like that now. But
Yeah.
Every-
This time I couldn't even bring friends home, man. Friends, this is like, I'm talking about like 10, 11, 12. No,
They wanna hang out.
My mom said I can't go where you live. I'm like, yeah. Couldn't bring nothing over.
I remember saying where I live on stage, and everyone was like, "Fuck!" I was like, "Oh, I don't think it was that scary.
Yeah.
I think it's that scary now."
You know, because we live there, so it'd be like, it ain't that bad, you know?
Yeah.
But to people, because we normal is desensitized to, like, you know? Like, we used to. I remember then you say one time, like, at your job, when they drove you home and they seen like 50 guys in front of the store, and they think it's something crazy. But to us, everyone hang out in front of the store. That's what they do. They thinking like, we need to get the hell up out of here. What's about to happen?
I think it happened like twice. Of my manager driving me home, and she was like, "This is where you live." I was like, "Yeah, nothing." And she lives in Jersey, and she's like, "This is bad."
You like, I'm like.
And then another manager drove me when I used to work at the comic strip, and just bad timing. Every time they drove me, something was going on. There was like a fight. And I just got out. I was like, all right, let's go.
Let's go. He ain't even want to wait, right?
Yeah.
Let me get up out of here.
No, I told him to go. I was like, let's go. Because
you looked real like paranoid, huh?
I wasn't paranoid.
He
was. Yeah.
Oh, he was like frantic. Oh shit.
Yeah, they was like trying to ignore what was happening, and there was like a fight and stuff. I was like, let me just go before they run into your car.
Blocks, yeah. I walked the next 2 blocks. We okay.
No, it was they got me home.
Okay.
But it was just happening right there.
Right there.
And I was like, fuck. I was like, just go. It's over.
Yeah, that's you gotta know how to put on your poker face too. That used to be another thing. Once people might not even have intentions on messing, but once they see that you were scared,
yeah,
we gonna poke at you now. We gonna get you.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you gotta know how to put the poker face on, you know.
And sometimes you gotta clench your fists just to show.
Have a nice posture to let you know I'm ready if something happens.
Mm-hmm.
Once they see you looking down and your posture looking
somewhere else.
Yeah, you know you don't want to like scared to make eye. Then
get a half a step.
Yeah. That's that. I smell pussy. I'm gonna get you. You know.
You gotta look at them and look around.
So you gotta let people know, you know. Sometimes just letting people know you're aware, that's enough, you know.
Yeah.
That's enough to get the job done.
Like, he's gonna be a little bit too hard.
Exactly. You gotta remember too, like the whole thing of people like catching the jokes, robbing, or you know, they want to get a person I don't see it coming, you know.
Yeah.
You're not trying to rob someone so you could get into the fight of your life, you know. That's not the whole purpose to get it easy, you know. The having a gun there is not so you use the gun is to make the person scared, so you don't have to, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Is to make them give it up, you know. That's what the whole purpose of having a knife and a gun. It's not really the intentions of using it, but I see stories about people that use it anyway. I heard a story about one guy from I don't know where he was from, but he robbed like a Chinese store or whatever. The girl gave him all the money and he shot her anyway. And I was like, what are you doing? And like the reason was I wanted to get like wanted to see how it feels to like get on my eye.
Yeah.
So you like she gave you the money. Why did you still shoot? Like
Oh, the person told you this?
this is I heard it from another person. He was telling me the story around his way. I think it was like somewhere in Milwaukee or whatever.
Do you see yourself like ever killing another person? I have like fantasies.
Nah, I don't see myself, but I know I will if it's like in some self-defense issue.
Yeah.
Like messing with someone or one of the loved ones around me.
I have like rage fantasies of what I should have done to a person that probably did me wrong.
Oh, okay.
You don't have that?
No, what I have is like when I read like articles.
You're not normal, Tim.
I do, like I guess I do have it in a way because mine's come from like I read an article and I'm hearing the scenario and I'm picturing in my mind. That's probably the closest to what you said.
I don't read.
Picture like, oh no, yeah, I would have did it like this, or you know.
I try. I remember I was walking with my girl one day, and then I remember walking up the block, and I think I was walking her to a bus stop. And when I was walking with her, I saw a big ass Rottweiler on a chain, and then two dudes, and then one just called me pussy. And I'm with my girl.
Oh my gosh, man, that's the worst.
And I was like, "Who the fuck you calling pussy?" And I just started going at him, and I guess he wasn't expecting a back and forth. But I'm with my girl. Like, why?
That's probably why.
That's the most pussy part.
Yeah. That's what I hate, man. I hate scenarios like that when you with like a little kid or a girl. Now I gotta decide. It ain't probably the best situation me fighting when I got my niece with me, or you know, I hate that, man.
Yeah.
That is a pussy move right there. You with your girl and you want to say something, because you know, part of you like I want to protect her by beating the crap out of this dude, but you don't want her to get caught up in that either, you know? So
a lot of times that happens, like something would happen and you're about to have a fight and stuff, and then the girl will get in the way. And she'll probably stop you or try to stop you, and then she probably end up getting hit.
Yeah, I hate that, man.
Yeah.
That's why, like, when my ladies, I always tell them, like, if something pops off with a guy, let me handle that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Don't do no yelling or talking. Let me do it with all of that.
Yeah.
If we gonna fight. Don't get involved, because I don't want you trying to get in between. He hit you, you black your eye or fracture your jaw or something.
My girl knows now.
Just stay out of that. If anything, you want to help, if I'm getting my ass whooped 911 or something, you know?
Anytime something happens, my girl goes the other way. She goes to my other side. She lets me get in the middle.
Yeah.
And then I handle it with my deep ass voice. I don't have a deep ass voice now, but I have a authority voice.
Yeah.
Where I could like de-escalate or like show that I'm not a pussy and no.
Yeah, okay. Change the whole tone.
Yeah. And I was like, I hate when I gotta do that shit. I just want to be friendly.
Yeah, you know what I just thought about was that. What was the scene from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Like, you trying to sound like Batman? I just thought of that when you said it.
I didn't see that, but that sounds funny.
It was the other with the Guardians of Galaxies with Thor and Star-Lord. Star-Lord was trying to make his voice deep. He's like,
why is your voice like that?
I just thought of that when you said
this is my regular voice.
I gotta use my authority.
Nah, your voice is not like that.
Are you mocking me?
Are you mocking me?
That's what I just thought of, the Star-Lord and Thor and the TMNT. Oh, man. Yeah, but I hate the scenarios. That's how I always be like, please, no one try me on walking with my girl or whatever, man.
Yeah.
Now I gotta try to make sure she ain't getting hurt. Now I make sure I gotta put hands on you. I don't want no one to attack you, because I seen videos, dudes is attacking girls. Like,
yeah,
motherfuckers don't care, man. They do not care. Girls is getting attacked. Old ladies, like, I seen it, man. No one cares, man.
I seen a video of I guess a girl didn't respond well to a guy, or she just turned him down. And then
Sucker
they're going
dudes,
up the
man.
stairs, and then he sucker punched her.
Oh, sucker shit, man. The
And-
girl ain't interested. She
in the
ain't
Bronx,
interested,
too.
man. She ain't interested. She ain't interested, man. You don't gotta be doing dumb shit like that now, man.
Yeah,
See, now that's the whole harassment and shit. I understand those talking points now. You know, don't do that. The girl ain't interested. She ain't interested.
yeah.
You don't gotta do all the now I'm gonna hit you. Fucking suckers, man. Like, these are the dudes walking around. I gotta share a planet with, man.
That's why, like, not that I frown upon like catcalling, because it actually does work, or it's probably for a set of rules for a different
Yeah.
type of people. Like, works in the hood.
To
It
me,
doesn't work with white people. Once they came to the hood, then they started having a problem.
it's cool, but once she lets you know, leave me alone. Stop. Just leave it alone, bro. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, but you know,
I get
most
you
of the
see a
time,
girl,
there's no.
you might want to say, hey, excuse me. Cool, that's how you meet girls and talk to them. But she lets you know she ain't interested.
Yeah.
She ain't saying nothing, or she say, I'm okay, leave me alone.
Most of the time, they don't want to leave alone.
Yeah, and they keep doing it. Now, that's the harassment part. The part of you actually trying to talk to the girl. There's nothing wrong with that. But she leave me alone and she keep walking, just stop, bro.
Yeah.
Now, you harassing her now when you keep pursuing. Now, that's when it's out of line. And I agree with them on that part.
I know dudes who chase the end of the earth,
Yeah.
and they'll follow the girl like 3 blocks.
Yeah, that's harassment now.
And sometimes it works, but like they cave in and you break the girl in and stuff, and you get her laughing and stuff. I seen it work, but
Yeah.
I also see where it doesn't work, and the person comes empty-handed, like, she's a bitch. I'm like, no, it's just.
Well, she come back with brothers or something. I seen those scenarios too.
I didn't see that. That's why I work.
Yeah. I seen that. And everyone in the neighborhood trying, nah, ain't that serious? But you know, they ain't trying to hear that's their sister or that's their daughter or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
I seen scenarios like that. I just say, hey, she ain't interested, man. Learn how to read the situation properly, you know?
Let me stop this. For some reason, I can't click on my damn phone when it's flat.
Now let me get a refill of that.
It's right there.
Like, people just gotta learn how to read the situation, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty much just read the situation perfect. Know when to stop. Okay, I got a little chance. I seen her smiling. She ain't saying nothing, but you know.
Honestly, I wouldn't even know how to like flirt with a girl anymore. I've been in a relationship for so fucking long.
Oh, that happens. You kind of like
I told.
Like you lost it.
Not that I lost it. I did lose. I did lose my like drive on.
Oh yeah.
I accepted now, and it's like another type of bliss of not wanting to chase every female that's around or I see on Instagram or anything. That like acceptance that you're in a relationship. That's another type of bliss, because you lose when a girl's talking and then she actually sounds like a dumbass.
Oh yeah.
Then you actually don't care. It's like
yeah.
I don't have to fucking impress you anymore.
Yeah. I see what you said. I guess that's why sometimes maybe not necessarily cheat, but I guess what it is, because I hear people say cheating is now even in talk.
Even talk?
The actual sex is cheating. I'm thinking cheating ain't cheating till you actually do some kind of sexual act. But I hear people say no, just you attempting to talk is cheating. I say, huh? But sometimes
talk sexual?
To go off of what you're saying, people in relationships sometimes will probably flirt just to see if they still got it. I've been with my guys that been in relationships, and I seen them do that.
Some people that's just the way they talk.
That's what you gonna do, you know? I ain't really want to know. I just want to see if I can still get her, you know. And it's funny you said that. I wonder how many people is thinking like that. They've been in a relationship so long, they probably question like,
do I still?
Am I still like in the market? Like
that's why last podcast I said that I approve of Spanish girls because they compliment me and
Mm.
I had offers from them and it was real nice. But you know,
That seems like the group of women that's like attracted to you or give you play, right?
um,
That's what you was meaning when you
and
said
any race besides white.
anyways. So I don't know, the white girls, they ain't really checking for Joe.
Not really. I think
But you get it from every other woman, but that's weird.
yeah,
I don't know. I'm just trying to picture like, damn, what are the other woman saying that the white woman is? It's funny that you said that. Yeah.
very racist.
Yeah.
It's funny how like white people could like pick me out. It's like, no, that's a Spanish guy. Like, how do you know?
They know. They know. They know.
And then black people, they call me white. My girl's Mexican family, they call me güero, which means white.
Yeah, black people call anyone lighter than them white.
Yeah.
They know the person is black, they still call them white because hey, you lighter than me, so you white.
Watch, when I bring my god brother, he's like, Joe, you good, you white. I'm like, they don't. They know I'm not.
Know I'm not white, man. I can't believe this.
I'm not the manager of my company.
Yeah, they know, man. Because groups of people know groups of people.
But this was my question. What my question is, how do you know now? Like, how do you engage in sex? Because it seems like if you're famous and you have sex with somebody and they change your mind on the thing, it immediately, especially if you're a man,
yeah, that's tough. Man, I'm not famous. I don't even feel like I'm equipped to answer that.
But even if you're not famous, like I question, like I asked my girl this question. It's like, why are you like talking? Like, are you trying to talk to somebody? No, I'm like, I have the thought in my head of how would you even engage with a person consensually? Because it seems now that you have to like record things. I
see what you're saying. Yeah.
You have to write it down, something like a contract.
Me, from what I know, women experiences, women don't like you action, man. They want a man to know that just, hey, this is what we doing, this is what we.
Yeah.
Like, I bet you go out and talk to your girl out there, see how she feels. You used to say, baby, it's okay if I can kiss you. Baby, it's okay if I can hold your hand. What if I just nibble on your ear?
Yeah.
What if I tell she gonna be like, yo, dude, just do it, bro. Like, what you asking? You know? So that's where it gets tricky at, because I know women, real talk, women don't want a guy asking for everything. She don't want you to take it. Like, there's a reason why girls, they like it when the guys are, they want the guy to approach and try to talk to them,
Yeah.
They want you to flex that I'm a man. This is what I'll do. This is what I'm alpha. They don't want you sitting there being scared and fidgety and nervous. And they don't know, I can't mess with this guy. He can't do nothing with me. What if we in trouble? He can't protect me. He's scared to put me in my place. That's just how women thinking.
He's one of the guys from Big Bang Theory.
Exactly. Like, women, they want guys that can keep them in check. That's why sometimes women will start fights. They want to see how you're gonna respond.
Yeah.
They want to see how far you're gonna go. So yeah. I know for a fact women don't really want a guy asking for everything. It's dangerous because these guys that are celebrities, it's dangerous for them because they gotta. Every woman coming to them ain't coming to them because they like them. They just coming to them because they see them as an opportunity, resources.
Yeah.
I can imagine some of these girls already put it in their head like, oh shit, I can get some money. I can get something out of them. I can write a tell-all book about them. I can get on who was Adam from No Jumper and tell him I was with this rapper and that,
And this is not like saying that all girls are liars.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just one of those predicaments, like
it's real life situation that can happen. This is definitely not all females, but it could be different from like a celebrity. But I know guys like us, we ain't gonna have no problem like that, for the most part.
Until we get famous.
Yeah. Then you gotta really ask like, hey.
And then if you become successful, and then they could bring things in the past, and apparently what you did in the past doesn't set the same type of standards of what is in the present.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even remember this girl's face.
Yeah, it's tricky. Like the Russell Simmons, he got to try to remember something he was doing 30 years ago with an intern. He was like,
what happened with Russell Simmons again?
girl was trying to say he sexually assaulted an intern or whatever. And he's like, I don't like, no, like, what you talking about? He ain't remember the girl or whatever. And I said,
Yeah.
I think he probably had 2 million interns by now. Now he got to remember the situation. And I said, this is not right because this stuff can't really get proven, but he's being penalized. He's losing money.
Yeah.
He's probably missing a TV. You probably would if he was being selected for a TV or movie screen. Now they don't want to touch him over some allegation that couldn't be proven, you know? The one thing I hate that what happens to celebrities, like the people that's accusing them, they don't have to show their face. Like he couldn't even.
They could just did it off of Twitter.
Yeah, they don't like, and they go to court and he's not identified. Maybe if he find out who was this girl, he could say, "Hold on, maybe he can help prove his case better." You know, all he knows is the intern, but he don't know exactly who's he fighting against. He's being accused. I'm trying to think of a better situation. This a situation similar. Where the guy didn't really know who he was fighting. Like, a girl is accusing him.
I never even heard of that.
Yeah.
I watch SVU, so like
situations
I
like
thought that was like a lawyer.
Situations like that, the females will have to reveal themselves. And
Yeah.
I said that's messed up because maybe if she reveals and he knows who she is, he can easily prove it. Like, hold on, this girl is lying. I ain't do nothing. Look, it's a picture, a video of us doing this. It could be better proven, but they got some weird law where they don't have to reveal them. Yeah, I think it was Derrick Rose, the basketball player. When he was with the Knicks, a situation came up from in the past about a girl claiming sexual assault or whatever.
Yeah.
In fact, I think we brought it up when Dre was here because it was the situation where he was with a girl or whatever. And one of the guys came in and turned into a threesome. And
then he left.
And she stood with the guy or whatever happened. And I don't know, 2 years later, oh yeah, he did this to me.
That was the guy who did
it. Exactly, but
yeah,
you know how it goes. You blame the famous person.
Yeah, I heard something about like there's a consenting condom, and
wow.
There's a whole bunch of like men are probably gonna. First of all, they're already getting like they're turning less of men, and they're having issues of when men don't know really how to be men because they're shaped so much between like their jobs, HR, school, whatever happened to them.
Manhood training.
Yeah, they gotta go to fucking Jordan Peterson. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you heard of him.
Is he Canadian?
I don't know.
I think I heard of him. Go ahead.
But he's an author that he basically like teaches you how to be a guy, or he teaches a girl how do guys think so they could further themselves in their lives.
I was watching. I think it was Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, he was on Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, because I remember Joe Rogan brought him up. Like, all right, cool, that makes sense.
Yeah. And it's like, we probably gonna lose the ability of how to either get girls or see that as an interest no longer. We could say that it's not gonna be like that, but in Japan and Germany, it's like that.
Yeah, you know what
they have a negative birth rate.
And two is like social media is making everything easier. Now you don't really have to have game to get a girl. You just say, "Hey, I like your picture," blah blah blah. Back in the days, they actually had to interact. And I hear the OGs say, "He said, yo, y'all dudes got it easy, man." He said, "We had to wine and dine the girls. We had to talk and talk. We had to have game." He said, "Nah, y'all dudes don't just say what up."
Yeah, it's just fuck.
Yeah.
I think that's how it was. I think that's how it was when social media first started.
It's so easy now. You don't really have to like. She can read your whole profile, and you don't gotta really tell her nothing. Or I kind of see it too, and I heard girls talk about it. Like guys be having a hard time talking to them, or don't know how to talk to them, or a lot of guys don't really know how to flirt well. And
you gotta talk to them like you're already in a relationship.
It's crazy. So to go off what you said, I can see that, and I seen like a video like that in Japan where they like guys don't really be talking. They go to these sex stores and they could just like have a girl talk like a companion. It's a way like a companion cafe kind of thing where you just have a girl, you just tell all your problems. And I said, damn, this is what the world is coming
to. A companion cafe.
I don't know what they call it, but that's like it's something like that when they could just go in and they rent a girl, not necessarily just for sex, but a lot of guys just come in and conversate, yeah. And I'm like, they got a lot of places like that in Japan, and that's big business.
Not to be racist, I was thinking. I assumed that I heard it before.
Yeah, they got like weird.
But I was like, maybe they don't want to do it because they kind of look like each other.
Oh shit.
That's what I saw
Yeah.
or heard. I don't know.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. But yeah, they got something you could like. I guess YouTube. I seen like years ago when the girls was like that.
Timothy smartly avoided that.
Yeah, you know, they gonna take down, figure it out before we even before we get started, man.
Yeah. We got 6 episodes.
YouTube is gonna flag us. They moderators.
They're gonna flag us with our 23
Yeah.
views.
That's a, we ain't even get big yet. We got taken down. Yeah, but they got like weird stuff like that, man.
I heard
they
worse.
say that the guys and girls ain't even interacting.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I can't be the faith of America, the future of America, man.
They probably interacting now, but you got either not have a social media, so you look mysterious, and I think somebody prejudges you when you have a social media.
You think so?
Yeah.
Let me tell you my story, man. I had women turn me down because I didn't have social media.
Why?
That's what I thought. I thought that was a good thing. I remember one time.
What, you're talking to? Like, nah, I can't fuck with you. You don't have Instagram. I'm like,
sometimes I see the look like
you're just a dumb bitch because you don't see what's happening to you.
I had a situation similar when I tell them that I see the look on you like a disappointment. Like,
yeah.
I was like, I thought that would have been a good thing. I ain't buried in social media all day, but I had a situation. I was at like a party, a hotel party with a friend of, and we went there, you know, girls, guys, drinking, chilling. After everything leave, my man called me. He's like, yo, Tim, yo, one of the girls here was talking about you when you left. And I'm like, oh, yeah? What's up? He's like, yo. She was asking like for your social media or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. I said, I don't got one. He said, yeah, I told her. I said, yo, just pass off my number. Give me that number.
She don't do numbers.
After, or I guess he like, I'm call you back or whatever. He said, yo, I told her he don't have a social media, and she was like, on like that. I'm like, huh? He like, yo, she don't want to fuck. I said, what? Because I don't got a fucking Twitter or none of that. So that's weird. So I just wanted to tell you my story when you said they think you weird. I said I had a different experience. This is not 1 or 2 times. This happened a few times where girls is like, I don't want to fuck with him. You don't got no Instagram or nothing.
I already said no. Like, I usually get sad off. I stopped being on social media because I see everybody doing things and stuff, and I'm like, damn, I can't keep up with all these motherfuckers. Yeah. And it seems like the only way I could keep up is from blocking that shit out and just doing my own thing.
And to be honest, that girl at that little party, I wouldn't even want it anyway, man. Because I think a few days later, the guy that was telling me, he's like, yo, she's sending me pictures and videos of her pussy and shit. He said, yo, tell me, you still want? I said, nah, oh, yeah, I'm good, bro.
Yeah, after that.
I said, I'm good, bro. He said, nah, I ain't gonna fuck with it either. She told me where she live at. He said, I ain't going nowhere. She gonna probably set me up.
Oh.
And she lived in Mitchell's projects and shit. I was like, oh, all right, yeah.
Yeah, to come to your house.
I ain't going there. I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was showing me the pictures. I said, dude, she wanted to talk to me. I haven't no social media. That she moved on to you. She haven't even had a phone conversation with. She's already sending me pussy pictures and titties. Shit looked nice too. I ain't gonna lie, but I was like, nah, I ain't fucking with her, bro.
Some people are just
I said, I ain't messing with her, bro. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, the shit looked nice, bro.
Yeah.
That shit was sculpted well. I was like, damn, but that's how I probably won't want to deal with it anyway, man. So it ain't like I missed out on anything.
This is making me think about the WAP song.
What?
WAP?
Oh, the Megan and the Cardi joint.
Yeah.
I don't see what's the whole commotion, bro. I said this is a typical female rap video, I guess, right?
It's probably the hardest song that came out in a while.
Yeah, that's probably why too. Yeah, it's been a while since you got something. I said this ain't worse than Nelly's Tip Drill video. When BET used to have the uncut video.
Yeah.
I said this ain't nothing, bro. Like that.
There's some whores, and I don't understand why you have this. There's some whores in this house as a clean edit, and then hoes in this house is in dirty.
I don't get it either. The censorship is weird. Like, remember the song I think 50 Cent had with Akon, Still Kill?
No.
And they used to censor the kill part. And I'm like, why y'all censoring the kill part?
We know what it means.
Then they put on like like a pop song and they saying kill, and I'm like, what's the difference? It's a problem because the rap guy said it was a kill, and the pop song they saying kill. Like, then y'all want to censor pussy in the music, but all y'all censoring the Pussycat Dolls? It was a video, I think, with Beyonce, and they had like the Pussy Wagon or the Pussy Mobile or something, Lady Gaga, and I'm like, so my rappers put it. I said I'm a pussy monster on the shirt. You censor it. They got the Pussy Mobile or the Pussy Wagon. I don't understand how censorship works. It's crazy. Like you said, with the hoes and whores.
Whores in this house. There's some whores in this house.
But you ain't gonna censor whores. So I don't get it, man. This shit is like ridiculous to me, man. Shit is ridiculous. I don't know how who's doing these censorships, but they don't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
It really don't. Like, you know? Even like, let's keep it on music for a little bit. You remember like it's the band Foster the People? They had the Pumped Up Kick song.
All the other kids with the pumped up kicks. That's about school shooting.
These rappers, I say a lot of these songs we dancing to ain't cool songs.
I think it's because it's hidden behind.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's not as aggressive.
Yeah.
Like I say that much, but that's not a positive song. But I said a lot of these pop songs, I guess you would call it pop or alternative. I like a lot of these songs be vicious with rap. They just do it in a subtle contemporary. It's not as aggressive.
Yeah.
Once I start hearing the lyrics, I said, yo, these dudes is like, these dudes are cool.
I didn't know what it meant after years.
Yeah.
And someone had to explain to me.
I was always like, what is he talking about? He's saying outrun my gun. I like the song sound
outrun my gun.
But I never really like tried to divulge on it because the song sound cool. I ain't never really tried to understand it. But I was like, hold on, the kids with the pump up to see if you can run, baby girl, outrun my gun. I'm like, I was always like, what is he talking about? But I read an article and I said, I knew it was something strange about this. Because they was like, songs that probably be all shouldn't. What was the title? Songs that
I probably saw like Watch Mojo.
Like even like the Weeknd song. You remember you familiar with the Weeknd? The singer? He had a song called "I Can't Feel My Face When I'm With You." It was a big record.
Was that cocaine?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Does that talk about cocaine?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I'm like, that's why I don't get when the rappers or the people do it. I'm like, it's not as aggressive.
You can't be so direct and you can't be black.
That's why I don't get it.
What's so hard about that?
You saying I can't feel my face? That's sniffing cocaine.
Yeah.
That shit freezes you.
But I love it. Who sings that? That's Weeknd?
Yeah, we all dancing and jamming. But that's why why is everyone attacking the rappers?
He light skinned. He don't count.
I guess because he's Canadian too, right? Light skinned Canadian guy, right?
Yeah. Sometimes they go back and forth between rap and pop shit.
Oh yeah. That's how I don't get the whole censoring shit. It's like selective to me now.
Yeah.
It's selective. It's not as aggressive, but I'm like, these are not positive songs. I can't be sniffing cocaine.
Gangster rap is not a
gangster rap. Ain't
I don't think murder rap is even a thing no more, right?
Nah, gangster rap ain't even a thing no more. Now
I think 50 Cent was probably the last one.
Oh man, yeah, gangster rap is not as big as it was. Now the kind of rap is.
I still hear it though, but
you will still hear about that. The ones that's doing is like the emo kind of rap. Like
emo rap.
Yeah.
They you see this I seen like a white emo dude, but he's spitting like some real shit. He has like blonde dreads, tattoos, but he's saying like he's saying like government conspiracies. That's his type of thing.
A new rapper, or this is old.
No, he's a new rapper.
New rapper, yeah.
New rapper, and
you said government. I said, that sounds like Rage Against the Machine. I like them dudes.
They sing about government conspiracies.
They was all political. Yeah, check them out. It's like my favorite. They do like metal, rock. They mix it in. They mix like metal with rock with rap.
Yeah.
With funk music, and it's dope. I like Rage. That's like my favorite band, man. Rage Against the Machine.
I would hope that like any type of person, like I guess this is what I'm doing. I'm going into different type of genre of podcasting comedy.
Yeah.
Right. If I was like a musician, you know that Dave Chappelle, he runs a music studio, like a music school.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, it was like That's kind of awesome. Like, I wish one day I would like have like a art institute where you could like free to express. I'm sorry, I got something in my eye.
Yeah, yeah. An art institute where you free to express,
Like like in a way we're expressing ideals right now,
mm,
but in a regular uh place you can't really do that.
oh, I see what you said. Yeah, where people
And
could meet and
yeah, me have like and some type of freedom artistically.
I see what you said. That took me back to You familiar with the rapper that died, Nipsey Hussle?
Yeah.
He had something like that, but it was more like for technology business. It
Mm-hmm.
was something called like Vector 90. He was trying to like I guess get it out through the whole country, but I know he had it like over there in LA where he was from. It's
That,
pretty much for like business owners, people that's into tech to come and communicate and mingle. And
yeah.
it's like a little, I guess, like a center for where they can meet.
He ended up being.
Man, that was my guy, man. He was doing a lot, man.
He was doing a lot, but the only problem is like people find out about him.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
find out about
Yeah.
people too late,
Yeah, too late.
and then they want to like probably start doing things. The problem with Nipsey Hussle is that in late he became a great person, but he still had
Yeah.
hood inside of him,
The ties, yeah, to him,
and he's still like hanging around the same area.
yeah.
Because the person who did him in was basically a friend.
The guy that used to, the guy he was cool with used to be in the same gang.
Mm-hmm.
The reason he was there too, because that day he was supposed to meet up with the police commissioner of LA.
Nipsey?
Yeah, they was gonna discuss like how they can peace between the gangs and the police and the community.
Yeah.
That day he was supposed to meet up with the commissioner, but he came there. He wasn't supposed to be on that block. He came there.
Nipsey?
Yeah, it was a guy that did 20 years that was from the same gang. So Nipsey wanted to say, hey, before you come with your family, meet me at my store so I can give you some new clothes. You don't gotta be wearing them same clothes you was in jail.
All right.
So Nipsey was gonna give him some clothes, and in the mix of him waiting for the guy to show up, all of that shit happened with Eric White. No, it was Eric something his name was, the guy that killed him or whatever.
I don't know how that ties into a fight.
It tied into, I think that guy, he was an aspiring rapper as well.
Uh-huh.
But what the story is he got into some situation and he snitched or whatever.
Hmm.
And
wait, Nipsey?
No, not Nipsey. The guy that killed him.
Okay.
The guy that killed him, he got into a situation, did something. He told on the crew or whatever. And
what?
The crew, they
excommunicated.
Yeah, so they know the gang ain't messing with him now. They like pretty much disbanded, God, he ain't with us. And he was always trying to get back in, and he wasn't messing with him.
And taking down Nipsey was part of it.
Nipsey, I guess I still make music or whatever, trying to shake his hand. And they said Nipsey was pretty much saying like, yo, dude, I don't want you around me, man. Like, leave me, get away from me. I don't want you around me. Pride and ego. I imagine the guy felt hurt because he was probably like,
did Nipsey beat him up or something?
Nah, Nipsey just said, I don't want you around me. For what they were saying, like, you a snitch. I don't want you around me. Just stay away from me. Because that little, he had like ownership of that whole little mall, that little strip mall, the shopping mall.
Yeah.
So he's pretty much fine. I don't want you around me. Don't come around here. And I could just imagine a guy probably feeling hurt, like, yo, I did all this for the gang and this and that and that. And ain't no one want to mess with me no more. And, he did what he did. But that was crazy, man, because there's always people that's trying to do something like this. I ain't know the guy, but something like that happened to another rapper in Chicago. I heard he was another guy trying to stop the violence, keep the peace, doing this. And I'm like, why is always someone that's trying to make a difference is the guys that's dying?
Is that the one they videotaped on the floor? He was like type chubby.
It could have been. I ain't never heard of the rapper, but from when I was heard, everyone was like, yo, he was doing this. He was trying to stop this.
Chicago is one of those cities that I'm not.
What the hell is going on over there, man?
I think New York is supposedly still worse than them, but
I don't know what they're doing. Them guys are just, every time I'm hearing about a shooting, the Father's Day shooting, 100 and something people shot. I'm like, what the fuck? In one day?
Yeah. You would think they run out of people to shoot.
Yo, I don't know what's going on in Chicago. They got like some fuck shit going on.
I remember somebody was telling me, he was like, all those news stories about the shootings, not true. I was like, fucking true.
You been there? Why would
apparently
he say that?
he lived there. But I'm like, he probably lived in a white neighborhood. He was a
Yeah.
white dude. And I was like, you don't live in the
I'm like,
hood.
all these stories can't be made up, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Even if half of the stories are true, it's still fucking
it's still,
scary.
yeah. I always like some shit. Like, what's going on in Chicago? Like, always hearing about some shooting or something, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, my fathers. I said, God damn, 100 and something people shot on Father's Day. What the fuck is going on?
I don't know.
It was always like some. I don't know, man. Chicago be gone, man. Yeah.
We were talking about China before.
Yes, we were.
Yeah, and my response is, can't trust them at all. Why are we even doing? Why are we still doing business with them? It's like,
they trying to take over the world, man.
yeah, and it's like that, and the way they're becoming like the new Germany.
Yeah. They trying to take over the rest of Asia. Like they was going to war in India.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going on now, but I'm like, they battle in India, trying to take over. I hear the other Asian nations say China's trying to, come and take over, spread their phones, and I guess the Taiwanese and all that. I'm like,
And they're not even nice about it.
And they're not. And I know they're trying to conquer Africa too. I'm like, they're just trying to take over everything.
They're doing it real crude.
No, they did. They're not even being nice and subtle or being indirect. They being direct. This is what we gonna do.
Yeah.
We gonna flex our muscle. This is what we doing.
And this is like,
yeah,
you guys ruining everything.
I
mean, we America. Like I heard a story about like I guess Japan got upset because old story. So they was like, we want to take over things also. Why white people could do it, but we can't. And then they started taking things over. And then what happened? White people stopped it. But
that was in Japan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I understand like America have their own thing, but it feels like maybe we were like too hidden into things, but it feels like ever since Trump became president, is like a lot of things in the world is just falling apart. It's weird.
Yeah.
Maybe we were like just so hidden.
Yeah, that's what it is. I think all of us were rocked to sleep.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Maybe these things were really happening around us and we just didn't
expose more things. He got people to show their true colors,
Can't hide it that well, or probably not even hiding it.
He wasn't lying when he was like mainstream media and mainstream news is fake news. He wasn't lying about that. It was a whole lot of I salute him on that.
Is Trump really the worst president, or is he bad? But
I won't go as far as to say he's the worst president. Because as far as just me being a devil, there's only two presidents I can really remember is Obama and Trump.
Yeah.
The other ones, I guess, I'm going to say they didn't affect us, but we were kids, We were still on our mama's titty, the Bush, So I won't go as far as to say he's the worst. He's bad, but I won't go say he's that bad, I do like the fact he's getting people to be more upfront about what they don't like and what they do like. And I like that. I'd rather know what I'm dealing with than if I know if Hillary was in office. I'll get a hug and a knife in the back, bro. I want to know what I'm dealing with. Like, if you don't like me, Joe, I would like Joe to tell me he like me so I can know.
I don't like you.
Let me stay out of Joe's way.
Yeah. I like that. The other thing, everything is like going on. There's like Black Lives Matter. There's Corona. There's crazy white people in Florida.
This gotta be the worst year ever. I want to say that. I know I haven't lived that long, but I talk to older people. They say, yeah, this is the worst year ever.
You think so?
This gotta be the worst.
It still feels.
Shit is always hitting the fan. Man.
To me, it still feels good. I don't know.
All these fucking riots and this shutting down and the virus and it gotta be no year worse than 2020, man.
Murder hornets.
See, I was like,
what happened to the murder hornets?
I was like, well, they probably put that into rest before it could spread. They said them things is going through the bee suits. I said, a suit they gotta redesign a new suit for them.
I don't know, because every time they say something, I feel like they just want my attention.
Oh yeah, of course that too.
And it's like they're gonna bring a whole bunch of stuff up, like the end of the world shit. Yeah. And maybe it will happen or maybe it won't, but this is like, I don't want them to have my attention anymore.
What they call that, fear mongering or whatever? Or or something like that. I heard a term like, yeah, they make money off of that.
Yeah, they make money off.
That's
it.
why they'd rather tell you about a shooting than telling you about something positive, you know?
Yeah.
Or something that's really affecting you. They'll tell you about this massive shooting that happened in Brooklyn, but don't tell you the president just signed 3 laws stating that the police can run up in your house with no warrant, you know?
They could do that again, or I thought they
I know
stopped it
it's
because
some
Brianna.
of the states that have that. There's still states that have that, like they can run up into you with no warrant and stuff.
I seen the shooting. Some guy was walking around with an AR-15. I guess he was walking around. Did you hear about this?
Oh, the recent one with
Yeah,
the 17
somebody. I guess
shot 3 people killed too. Yeah,
he was talking about that he killed somebody walking around, and then somebody came and tackled him. Somebody else was behind him and also had a gun that was, I guess, going to stop or kill
the guy
kid.
that tackled the kid. Okay.
Yeah, and
wow, I ain't know all of that.
then
Tell me more.
he got control of the AR-15 and started. I think he killed one person immediately, shot one black dude, and then the guy with the pistol fucking ran away. I was like, he was right there. You could have did something unless you didn't have anything.
The pistol was on the side of the people that tackled the kid.
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess he was gonna stop the shooter.
Yeah, but.
Or maybe he was gonna do like a freeze tactic.
Yeah,
maybe
you said he ran away.
Yeah, he ran away.
Wow.
But once things started happening, like he scurried on, and then the kid got up and kept on shooting.
Ain't no point in having a damn weapon if you ain't gonna use it. Guns ain't toys, man.
Yeah.
If you want to bring it out, use it. I don't get why he had a gun in that situation, jumped, and he's running his.
Right, I saw that big ass AR-15, and he's like, "Fuck!"
But he got the drop on him though. Man.
Yeah, he could have stopped it.
Yeah, he could, like you say. I don't get why. What's the point? You want to look cool?
I think it's because it's a lot harder than people think to kill somebody.
Oh yeah.
Unless you're a person who's trained.
Gotta,
I think the kid was trained.
Just people in general. When you go into these protests, you know some shit is likely to happen. Go there with some weapon. Go there with a plan. You got 3, 4 friends. I gotta make sure y'all moving in unison. Move like Voltron. You know, understand. Hey, this happened. And we in this scenario. We're gonna go here. We're gonna do this. Like, don't go to these protests empty-handed because you do got like armed militias out there too. You know.
Yeah.
Them guys got guns and.
Which is a fucking fair.
It's crazy. You know, and the police departments are deputizing some of them, giving them authority to, you know.
Yeah, I see on Worst Art Hip Hop like cops saying they're thinking them that they're here.
Yeah. They got armed militias out there and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this kills me. Like people.
And also, I like to see multiple perspectives. That like a whole bunch of cops is quitting or being laid off, and only a few of us. I'm like, fuck it, thanks. But if one side has guns, the other side gotta have guns, and
that's what I'm saying.
But maybe my mind frame is wrong. I don't know.
People like you gotta arm yourselves, man. Like especially if you're in these states and counties where you can have a gun. Don't be afraid of guns. Learn how to use it. Go to the shooting range.
Do you know how to use one?
Exercise it, you know. I won't say I know how to use one, but you know, I have my hands on one.
Yeah.
I won't go as far as like I'm some expert or whatever. I would like to, you know, go to the shooting range. Actually, me and Dave on talked about that actually. Yeah, but if you're in these states and counties, man, like get a gun, learn how to use it, respect it. Don't be afraid of it, man. It don't make no sense for you to go to these protests. You know the police is there. You claiming they the enemy. You got militias there.
And they're saying
you going there unarmed. That looks like ridiculous. You can't be saying like, "Oh, these people are racist," and why are you not armed up?
It's because they try and do that peaceful protest. That
you could be peaceful with a hammer, you know.
They. What I'm trying to think is like maybe they're trying to be like it's a peaceful protest.
Yeah, but it's always an asshole or two that will start a riot.
But maybe it's because like the cops, the mayor, and he's like, you could protest, but protest peacefully, and then spread that message and like, all right, we'll protest peacefully. But when you peaceful protest, now things are happening to you, and you're just taking it
because you're vulnerable.
Yeah,
These
because you're
guys
a
know
peaceful
we got the
protester.
guns and you ain't exactly.
I said in the last podcast, if my side gets shot and you're a cop and you're shooting at us, no, it's your protest, we should clap back.
Yeah.
And
That's my
I don't
whole
know.
reason. Like
That's
why.
my opinion.
I agree with you. That's why I said they gotta arm themselves just in case anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Still have a weapon. I ain't saying going around using it. You know, things are less likely to happen when both sides got the weaponry. You know,
Yeah.
just look at it like how the world is with the nuclear weapons. Look how America and all the other countries want to come to having an agreement or want to sit down when they know the other country got a nuke.
Yeah.
You know? Now you want to sit down with Iran because you know they got a nuke. Now you want to be buddy with Korea because you know they got a nuke. But before that, you was like, we kicking down doors, we taking names. When both sides got a gun, now people's they respect it. They might not like it, but they respect you could do damage. So now we all right, let's come down and talk. Let's find some way we can resolve the issue.
I think one of the probably the most peaceful protests is when I think they had a black militia, and you're like, yo, if anything happens, shit is popping off. And that ended up being one of the most peaceful protests.
Oh yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. It's a lot of peaceful protests too. They don't, like I said, they make money selling you fear.
Yeah,
they're showing you all the riots, but don't say nothing about the ones that's not. I don't know what's happening more, if it's the riots or the peaceful, but there are peaceful protests.
I think it's a lot of peaceful, but the cops are using they're starting the problems, and
I seen some of them situations too. Yeah,
or maybe
I seen videos of cops chasing around little kids, shooting them with rubber bullets in LA.
What I see is in my perspective, is that the peaceful protesters are more loud, and they're yelling at you, and with the cops, they try to start problems. So in a way, that's just conflicting, and then things happen. And I don't know. Yeah. It's very confusing, and I don't want to be there.
This stuff can be easily dealt with, but the big wigs,
they don't want to do it.
Exactly, they don't want to do it.
They just want to be teams. They want to be on sides, and
they can easily deal with it. Like
that's their team rivalry right there.
If people just ask for laws to be in place to hold police officers accountable for when they do something, but they don't want to do it. You know what they did? Let's take down these racist statues. No one was saying anything about them statues. We said pass laws to hold police officers accountable. Why is it that a Marine or someone in the military is held more accountable than a police officer?
Yeah.
Guys in the military, they can't just be going around shooting people because they're scared. They're going to still go to military jail, you know? Mm-hmm. They can't just say I was like a nurse, a doctor.
But also, why does a police officer doesn't have the same amount of training as a...
That's what I'm saying. You giving them military weapons and all these tanks. Why they don't get that military training? Why they not held to that same standard? You know, even a nurse, a doctor.
Yeah, they got.
If a doctor see another doctor do something wrong and he don't check them or correct them, they both get fired. Why is it not like that with a police officer? Why is it? Oh, it was he did it. I didn't do it. It wasn't. He's representing you, right?
I think because it's also a gang.
Of course, yeah.
Like when you're dealing with the type of people that you probably are surrounded with, in a way that should changes you into that type of person.
They have a lot of power too. Them police unions, they lobbyists. You think they funding these guys' campaigns to keep them in power and pass laws in their favor? Yeah.
But also, like I could see a big difference of what's happening in New York now between crime, because there's probably less police. Maybe they can't do anything anymore.
It's not that. Even if it is less police, the reason more crimes are happening because they made it clear to the people that they're not responding.
I thought that was only like Atlanta or something. That's also New York?
That was all the whole nationwide. Philadelphia, they was telling them Houston. And that's what's happening. The police officers, they tired of the backlash they're getting. So they're like, we're not responding. So they lieutenants or whatever you call them, they telling their officers, hey, we ain't responding. They're not responding. That's why the crime is happening. You telling the criminal, hey, we're not responding. What you think the criminal is going to say?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, okay.
now it's coming to a point where I see like people doing heroin inside the subways.
Mm-hmm.
I see people smoking inside the train carts.
And police ain't doing. They don't care. It's not because it's less police. It's not necessarily because it's less. They're not responding to them calls.
Yeah.
If they ain't here, we got a dead body somewhere or whatever. They not coming. If they hear a store just got robbed or two people fighting, they not coming.
That's it.
So that's why the crime is happening. They tired of the backlash, but I feel like the backlash is rightfully done. All y'all got to do is hold each other accountable. That's it. You can't have all these situations happening and you keep saying, well, that was that guy. It wasn't me.
Mm-hmm.
If like how it works when you out your job, when you do something wrong, you represent the whole company, right?
Yeah.
The job gets in trouble. If you do something wrong, the job gets sued.
And then I get fired.
Why is it not like that for the police department? Why is it just that those guys did it? It wasn't all of us.
Yeah.
But y'all not holding these people accountable. And y'all got records of the police, and why y'all don't want to make the records public? We can easily see how each case or allegations that been on these police, but they don't want to release it. Y'all know these police officers ain't good. Y'all know they all not squeaky clean. There's probably a lot more dirty ones than the good ones, but they don't want us to know that.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you go to such great lengths to not make their records public? If they here to serve and protect, and they here for the public, you know. So why can the public can't see? That should be. I feel like that should be like a nationwide thing where we can Google these precincts and we can see the officers. We can see all the times they've been sued, all the times they've been fired.
You think Dave Vaughn's gonna give us the inside scoop once he becomes?
Shit, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know why I say that?
Because
before you join them,
it's on his job.
Before you join them, they make you go through a indoctrination process.
And
they try to get you in the mind frame and think and see things in their favor. I don't know how far he got into it. I feel like he got there just a little, but no, I think he should.
I talked to him, but
I was just trying to make a joke.
He's like, I'm gonna be a good one, and it was like, I don't think you're gonna have the choice.
Yeah. When you be partnered up with those guys, and then
like what happened with George Floyd, all bad, but also as you see the Asian cop. Like, I'm pretty sure he didn't want to be in that fucking situation.
But he had no choice.
He had no choice. His fucking sergeant or whatever lieutenant's doing this. He's doing the thing.
That's what they do. They say you always follow the guy in command.
And then he's I'll be OD type. I'm like, yo, I didn't.
If you don't do what the leaders tell you to, you get in trouble. You know, you get backlash. I heard what they do too is like. Them officers that try to be the good guys and correct them when they're doing something wrong, they leave them in the cold. Now, when that officer in a situation need backup, they don't show up. Or they make sure they take an extra 20 minutes at the lunch spot or whatever.
They basically just bullying.
Yeah. That's what they do. They bully them. And that's why you remember the LA situation with the dude Chris Dorner when he got here. It was a big national case with a guy. He went around like. Killing like the police and killing like the wives, and it was a situation where he seen his fellow police officer like.
He was a police officer.
Yeah, Chris Dorner was a police officer. He was
a
big black guy, and he seen one of his officers beat the crap out of a schizophrenic man or whatever, kicking him, and he checked his officer, and then you can't do that. You're not supposed to do that or whatever. He gets into trouble. He sues the officer.
Yeah.
He felt like he was cheated because he said he goes into court. The lawyers know each other. The judge, everyone know each other.
Yeah, they fraternize and they go on piss breaks and they just be like, hey, how you want to do this?
He felt he got fucked over in the case. He got fired and everything. He wrote like in the letter, like, this shit is not right. I came here to do this. Y'all wrong. And the guy was beating up on a schizophrenic man. I call him out on it and I get in trouble. The police department telling me I'm turning their back on the brotherhood and I'm not supposed to do that. He got pissed off and he went into like a rampage. He went, I think, killed like the judge and the wife and killing these police officers. They on like a few days, like a police hunt. They couldn't find him, man.
That's probably not worth your job though.
The police officers, they going around shooting anyone they thought was him. They shot at a lady and a grandmother and an 80-year-old grandmother in the car because they possibly had similar cars. They blamed it on him. Like, he wasn't just killing random people. I'm not saying he was good for killing, but he was killing like the people he felt.
He had a motive.
Yeah. The
And
police officers shooting random people in the street, cars up, because they heard he was in a black Escalade or whatever, so they going around shooting people.
I haven't saw it escalate in a minute.
Yeah, and they trying to blame it on him. I'm like, he didn't do that. I was the officer that did it. He killed the people he felt, connected to the wrong. I'm not saying it was good, but pretty much found them in a log cabin, burned them out.
And I think they OD'd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They tried to cover wing, ordered it. You heard it on live TV. They ordered the burn. They had a house surrounded, and they didn't want to go in there. He pretty trained with weapons and shit. They don't know what they stepping into. Yeah, but that just goes into the whole. If you're a good cop, they're gonna find a way to make you quit or make you fall in line.
Kind of nervous for a young son.
Oh man, like becoming a cop. If you want to change that, it ain't gonna be easy, man. You got the police unions with a lot of money. It's a system, they got the brotherhood. You don't turn your back on it. It don't matter if they're doing something right or wrong. You don't turn your back on them.
It's just as like some of the brutality I don't see necessary. Like I probably if I was a cop, I would like if if 5 cruisers come down and they help me out. That's all good.
Yeah, some of the stuff is unnecessary.
Some things that I've seen, like recently a guy got shot going inside of his car. You seen this?
Yeah.
He was going inside his car. Cop right before he closed it. Pop, 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 pop.
I'm like 7 times. I ain't like you shot 1 time. Like
that took a long fucking time.
That's 7.
Like when you see the footage and you hear everything, that it took a while. I'm like, you could have killed him. And I'm pretty sure your intention was to kill him.
Paris, you shoot that many times in the back, you ain't trying to tell me you was trying to kill him, man.
You could have done mad different tactics of doing things.
Well, I don't get and he was pretty close. I didn't see the video. I didn't want to get pissed off. I guess I watch it when I'm ready, or I might not ever watch it. But whatever happened to shooting in the leg or something,
Yeah.
Or you was close enough to where you couldn't miss a leg or a foot or something.
And they never aim for the foot.
They go for kill shots.
They go for kill shots, and it's just going through you. And
yeah. I seen a bunch of it. You remember that video in Buffalo? I don't know if you seen when the riots was going on, and it was this older guy, and the police just pushed him, and he hit his head, and he
and they just walked over him.
Like he wanted to help him up, and the other guys and I was like, yeah, they're getting out of there. I seen another video when they had and these are white guys.
And it's weird that
they appear to be white.
Everything is police brutality, and they probably saying that's not, or they trying to defend them. But when they doing the protests and stuff, it's all police brutality.
I seen they had a guy handcuffed, and I guess the guy talking shit, and the police flipped him over and hit the dude in the head, and slammed him on the ground. I see he was already handcuffed. They have to flip him over now. I know he's probably talking shit or whatever, but I think that's unnecessary force. He's already in handcuffs. George Floyd, he's in the handcuffs already on the ground. You thought you needed to actually put your knee on the man's neck. You already had 2 other guys holding him down.
The problem was already solved.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, no, but also I remember arguing with somebody, and then he was telling me that his cousin just died, and then he's going back to the argument. I was like, hold on, fuck the argument. Your cousin just died.
Yeah.
This dude was saying my mom died, and he's like, come on, man, my mom died. No sympathy.
No.
And he's just brought him out.
Yeah, I'm
still screaming his dead mom.
Dude is crying.
Pissing himself.
Dead, and he's talking about his mom.
Yeah.
He's telling you it's getting hard to breathe, and I'm you got 2 guys.
They have escalating problems besides de-escalating.
Oh yeah, they don't know how to do that, man.
Yeah.
That's why I'm in New York City, it's $6 billion going to police. I'm what are y'all doing with that $6 billion? It's only 40,000 police officers in the city.
Yeah.
You got $6 billion. What's going on? Now I'm I see not defund, but reallocate the sources, because we in school, you taking away computer classes, art classes, you taking away the gym equipment, and I'm y'all cutting after school programs, no more boys and girls club. I said, yeah, because y'all gave all of that to the police.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it's like, but I'm pretty sure they only $6 billion.
They probably using it for like
They're using it
higher technology or higher source of weapons,
military weapons, and they're using it for their lobby.
toys.
When the next president come on, yo, we got 20 million for your campaign. When you get in office, pass these laws. That's what they do. They got all that money backed up. So when anytime a president or senator or someone comes, how you think these guys go for being millionaires? You don't get paid to be the president. I'm just not saying Trump. Everyone know Trump had money, but I'm just saying like the Clintons.
Yeah.
Y'all had a income, what, 300K or whatever? All of a sudden, y'all dudes are billionaires, 100. Like, where did that money come from? You was taking money from somewhere.
Mm-hmm. You're going to have to do some dirty shit.
You don't get paid when you're in that presidential seat. You know?
You're going to have to get massage from a little girl.
Yeah, like.
I don't know if you saw that picture.
Nah, I didn't.
Bill Clinton getting massaged by underage. Looking like he's enjoying it real well. And
I'm pretty sure, man.
Somehow not.
Bill is a freak, man.
He's a freak, but that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you are.
The only thing is, like, why aren't these people being like?
They like to tell you this whole holy and being respectful, but we all know, man, money and power runs everything.
The people who are the most holy and have the most money is doing the most awful shit.
Oh yeah, like,
and they have the lawyers to throw around hush money or get rid of people.
Look at these Catholic churches. Every time you keep hearing about these preachers raping these little
they just move them around.
They raping the nuns, and I'm like, yo, why y'all not shutting this shit down?
They raping nuns?
Oh yeah, they girls getting raped. A lot of them just be on a hush about it. You know,
because they want it.
Who knows, man? I'm pretty sure they threatening them too. You know, they pop. Remember, the church is powerful, man. Like the whole pulpit, Roman, that shit is powerful, man. When people got money, I'm pretty sure they could scoop you like, hey, you talk about this or you make a fuss about it. You know, I know where your family at. You know, I'm pretty sure they know that.
They excommunicate you. Yeah. That's what they do in like Jewish. They have like Jewish towns, and if you do not one thing, if you I don't know, stop going with them to stuff,
go against the grain.
Yeah, and it's just like they just stop talking to you and.
Oh yeah. I believe that, man. Like I was wicked out here, man.
You want to do another one? It's about to end.
I'm good for today.
Yeah.
I'm missing phone calls and shit.
Tim is real busy, and
I was getting nothing but calls and texts.
My stomach's fucked up. All right, guys. Bye. Boop, 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 boop.
I can't do it.
Do what?
All these calls.